My name is Ronnie Cruz, and this is Path of the Network Marketer.
All right, welcome back to the show. It is day 101, episode 101. It's a new journey. It's a new set of 100 days. This is part two of this retrospective, the series that we're doing, looking back at the last 100 days and the lessons that I've learned. Now, in this episode, I want to talk about a massive realization that I had about myself and my level of expertise in network marketing. And it's kind of a punch to the gut, too, because I was like, man, I really had been doing myself a disservice in this regard. And I'm going to expand on this here in just a second. Looking back at these 100 days, obviously I've learned a lot, and it's given me a lot to compare to in terms of what the previous 16 plus years, almost 17 years of experience has been for me in my career of network marketing. I always thought myself as having a very high level of proficiency. I definitely consider myself an expert, a veteran network marketer, and so that was my identity. That was the belief that I have of myself. But jumping into this venture of, again, online marketing and internet marketing, I realized that I actually know nothing about marketing, right? Like, I'm great at networking, but I know nothing about marketing. And it was just like it shocked me when I had this realization. I had spent years and again, like, I had done a great job at that. Like, I had mastered the networking side of things because that's kind of the main conversation we have in the profession, right? It's all about word of mouth marketing. It's all about tapping into other people's networks. So I got really good at connecting. I got really good at relationship building, the networking side, right? The art side of the profession. And I've been able to build a massive career and a very successful career with the same company for the last 13 years. That said, I have inadvertently robbed myself of learning about marketing, And I knew it was out there, and I knew my predecessors and my mentors had always kind of touched on doing direct mailing and taking out advertising co-ops in newspapers. And I've participated in co-ops before in the past, in like USA Today and things like that. But I never really dug into that marketing side of the situation. And really, again, like I robbed myself of an entire skill set that I should have had. So the lesson for me that I want to share with you is learn about the marketing, right? Whether or not you're a network marketer or direct sales, or if you're in business, or if you're an entrepreneur, whatever your venture has to be, you got to really learn the marketing side, because otherwise you have no business, right? Marketing, for me, the way I like to think about it is connecting your customers to your business, right? Connecting people to your business. And if you're not doing that well, if you don't even know how to do it, then you have no business in the first place. So that was a big kind of aha moment for me. Again, kind of a punch to the gut, considering that I had really considered myself an expert. So I guess fair enough. I'll pat myself on the back a little bit. I am an expert at a certain aspect of network marketing, but I had completely neglected the actual marketing side, right? And so that's what this journey, this 100 days, made me realize. And now that I came to that realization, it's actually allowing me to really more strategically look at the things that I need to learn moving forward. Whereas, a lot of the first 100 days, especially like the first 50 days, I was just kind of, shooting in the dark and kind of guessing, okay, let me look at this, let me look at this, let me look at this. It wasn't as directed as it is now, which is, it might contribute to the fact of why I feel like I'm learning at an accelerated rate, because it's more focused, right? It's more focused. So again, make sure you learn about marketing as well as networking for your network marketing business and, whatever business you happen to have. The other thing that I wanted to talk about in this episode is distinguishing the differences between roadmaps, strategies and tactics, and fundamentals, because I think we kind of blur the lines between these three different things, and they are very distinctly different things. Now, when I talk about roadmaps and network marketing, and I hear this all the time, people confuse strategy with roadmaps all the time, and vice versa. When somebody comes to me and they tell me, okay, I have this new strategy that I want to run by you. It looks like this. If you sponsor 2 people on this amount of volume, and then help them sponsor 2 people the next day on this amount of volume, and help them sponsor 2 on this amount of volume, then you'll have this result, and everybody will have this result along the way, right? And that's all great, and like the math makes sense, and running the numbers is amazing. I want you to know that that's not a strategy. That's not a tactic. That's a roadmap, right? That's a roadmap that gives you the outcome if everything works out the way the numbers work out in that perfect case scenario. However, it doesn't speak to how you're going to get there. Right? It doesn't speak to, okay, you need to talk to 2 people in order to get those 2 people. It doesn't speak to maybe you got to talk to 10 people just to get those 2, et cetera, et cetera. So there's no strategy behind running the numbers and telling people that, okay, this is a strategy where if you sponsor 2, help them sponsor 2, you'll have, $10,000 at the end of 6 months. That's not a strategy. That's a roadmap, guys. And really, really be aware of that, because you can work the numbers and any comp plan any way you want to make it attractive. It's just not a strategy. It's a roadmap, and there are a million different infinite ways of getting to that same destination. It just depends on how you run the numbers, right? So distinct difference between roadmap and strategy. Now, between strategy and fundamental, there's also a very, very distinct difference, and people get this confused. Now, when I talk about strategy, like I said earlier, okay, so talk to 10 people in order to get 2. Talk to 2 people a day gets freedom your way. Write down your list of everybody that you know, your friends and family. Those are all strategies, right? Do a presentation twice a week, right? Whatever it happens to be, those are strategies and tactics. Those are not necessarily fundamentals, right? And here's how I like to make the distinction. If it's a true fundamental, it'll not only work offline, but it'll also translate online, right? A true fundamental will translate on any platform, no matter where you apply that fundamental. For example, writing down a list of everybody that you know, your friends and family, your dentist, your dog walker, your mailman, does not translate to online marketing. It really doesn't. So it's not a fundamental, it's a strategy. And so we got to really be distinct about what we're calling fundamentals in network marketing if we're going to break out of the dogma, if we're going to expand our abilities and our skill sets into online and the digital age. Otherwise, we're going to relegate ourselves to the same slow results that we've had for the last 5 decades. Guys, make this distinction, and this is something that's really kind of been on my mind, since at least 50, right? Like, these distinctions are very, very clear. What we're calling fundamentals in this profession aren't really fundamentals; they're strategies. What we're calling strategies aren't really strategies; they're just roadmaps, right? And so, make this distinction and really get good at the fundamentals. Really figure out what those fundamentals are. And I'm going to talk about those in future episodes. But knowing the fundamentals will allow you to transfer those skills outside of whatever you're currently doing, whatever strategy or roadmap you're currently using. So that's it. Those are the lessons I wanted to share with you guys today. Of course, more to come. We're going to continue this retrospective tomorrow. So until then, be well, be safe. We'll see you in the next episode.